Good morning students. In this video we will discuss about second permanent complex tissue, that is phloem. The term phloem was also given by K. Nageli. The term phloem also given by K. Nageli. And this phloem is also known as leptome by Haberland. Phloem is also called leptome by Haberland, and this phloem helps in conduction of food material from source to sink. So what is source? The site of manufacture. The site of manufacture is known as source, and the site of utilization is known as sink. In plants, usually leaves act as source and remaining parts, the growing parts, act as sink. So this phloem helps in conduction of organic material from source to sink, hence it is also known as leptome, and the term leptome was given by Haberland. And the phloem is of two types. Same, primary phloem and secondary phloem. Primary and secondary phloem. Primary phloem usually it is originated during primary growth of plant bud. And secondary phloem is also known as bast, and usually it is originated during secondary growth. And this primary phloem has two components. Smaller components is known as protophlloem, and larger components are known as metaphloem. But there is no conditions based on protophlloem to metaxylem and vice versa. But in case of primary xylem, based on protoxylem to metaxylem, there are some conditions. But such type of conditions absent in case of primary phloem. Primary phloem, it is usually formed during primary growth, and secondary phloem formed during secondary growth, and secondary phloem is also known as bast. And the phloem has various components. Components of phloem. Phloem has different types of components. So what are the components of phloem? This is the diagram of phloem. This is sieve tube member. So from here to here one sieve tube member, from here to here another sieve tube member. And this is companion cell. So both are companion cell, and this is the sieve tube. Both are connected through pit fields. And this is phloem parenchyma, and this is phloem fiber, and this structure is sieve plate. This is sieve plate, and sieve plate has many sieve pores. This is the diagram of phloem, and this phloem has various components. So what are the components present? Sieve tube members, or sieve cells. This companion cells, or albuminous cells. It's called phloem parenchyma. The next component is phloem fiber. So these are the four components of phloem. Out of four components, phloem fiber, this component is only dead component, and remaining 3 components are living components. So group of dissimilar cells. Complex permanent tissues are made up of group of dissimilar cells but having common function. So these 3 are living cells and this is dead cells. Different cells but they have a common function, that is the conduction of food material from source to sink. And the phloem present in both angiosperms and gymnosperms and pteridophytes. Sieve tube members, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber present in angiosperms. Sieve cells, albuminous cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber present in both gymnosperms and pteridophytes. So sieve tube members and companion cells present only in angiosperms. Sieve cells and albuminous cells, these two are present in gymnosperms and pteridophytes. And these are the 4 different components of phloem. The first one is sieve tube members or sieve cell. Here to here one sieve tube member and here to here another sieve tube members. So sieve tube members are the sieve elements of angiosperms, the sieve elements of flowering plants. The sieve elements of flowering plants is known as sieve tube members. And initially the sieve tube members, young sieve tube members retain its nucleus. Initially the sieve tube members contain nucleus, but at the time of maturation, the sieve tube member loses its nucleus. When they lose nucleus, the matured sieve tube member, the mature sieve tube member is known as enucleate. This is very important point. The mature sieve tube member is enucleate because at the time of maturation the sieve tube member loses its nucleus. And the sieve tube members usually they are connected. This is one sieve tube member and this is another sieve tube member. And the adjacent sieve tube members are connected through sieve plates. Adjacent sieve tube members are connected through sieve plates. And sieve plates possesses many sieve pores. And sieve pores they act as sieve. So when they act as sieve, then all adjacent sieve tube members they are connected pipe or tube-like structure to form a continuous column from source to sink, which helps in conduction of food material from source to sink. All adjacent sieve tube members are connected through sieve plate, and sieve plate possesses sieve pores. And due to presence of sieve plate and sieve pores, so adjacent sieve tube members are there connected to form a tube-like structure, and this tube-like or pipe-like structure present from leaf to stem into root, and this continuous column helps in conduction of food material from source to sink. And sieve pores, the sieve pores are surrounded by callose plugs. They are surrounded by callose. Callose, it is a one kind of chemical, and the callose is dissolved by callase enzyme. The callose is a chemical substance, and this chemical substance is dissolved by an enzyme that is known as callase. So sieve plate has many sieve pores. Sieve pores are surrounded by callose plugs, and callose plugs are dissolved by callase. And in some dicots, the sieve tube members also contain. The sieve tube members possesses some granular structures or some granules, and these granules are known as P proteins. So P proteins present, phloem proteins present only in some case of dicots. In some dicots, the sieve tube members they possesses some of the granules, and these granules are known as P proteins. And sieve tube members are the main food conducting elements in case of angiosperms. And the sieve elements of gymnosperms. The sieve elements of gymnosperms and pteridophytes. Gymnosperms and pteridophytes are known as sieve cells. So sieve cells are the food conducting elements of gymnosperms and pteridophytes. And sieve cells they are surrounded by sieve areas. If you observe, if you believe this is sieve area, so this is sieve cell, then adjacent sieve cells are connected by sieve areas. In sieve cells, sieve plates are absent. That's why sieve tube members are more advanced than sieve cells due to presence of sieve plates. If sieve plate present, they are arranged in a concentric or particular manner. But when the sieve plate absent, then in case of sieve cells, the sieve areas present on both lateral sides and horizontal sides. That's why sieve cells are primitive than sieve tube members. And all the adjacent sieve cells are connected through sieve areas. And sieve areas are primitive than sieve plates. And second component is companion cells. Companion cells always associated with sieve tube members. Companion cell, both companion cell and sieve tube member, both are always associated. This is companion cell, and this companion cell is always associated with this sieve tube member. Companion cell and sieve tube member, because both companion cell and sieve tube member, both companion cell and sieve tube member, both are originated from same mother cell. Hence, both companion cell and sieve tube member both are called sister cells. Companion cell and sieve tube member originated from same mother cell, so both are known as sister cells. A companion cell possesses or it retains its nucleus. Companion cell retains its nucleus even at the time of maturation, but sieve tube member loses its nucleus at the time of maturation. Companion cell retains its nucleus even at the time of maturation also. So companion cell and sieve tube members, companion cell and sieve tube members both are connected through pit fields, and the pit fields are stronger than their connecting strands of sieve pores. So adjacent sieve pores are connected through connecting strands, but connecting strands are they are stronger, they are thicker than plasmodesmata. Adjacent cells are connected by plasmodesmata. Here, both companion cells and sieve tube members also connected by plasmodesmata, and plasmodesmata has small pit fields. So companion cell and sieve tube members are connected by pit fields, and pit fields helps in exchange of material from companion cell and sieve tube members. Both companion cell and sieve tube members are connected by pit fields for exchange of materials. And companion cell has nucleus. That's why companion cell creates pressure gradient. Companion cell creates pressure gradient in sieve tube members for translocation of food material from source to sink, because sieve tube member is the main food conducting element, but in sieve tube member nucleus is absent. So nucleus present in companion cell, both are sister cell. That's why companion cell creates pressure gradient for in sieve tube members for conduction of food material from source to sink. And this companion cell, the companion cell present only in angiosperms. Companion cells absent in gymnosperms and pteridophytes. In case of gymnosperms and pteridophytes, there is a special modified cells. These special modified parenchymatous cells are called albuminous cells. Albuminous cells are associated with sieve cells, but both albuminous cells and sieve cells both are originated from different mother cells. So both sieve cells and albuminous cells are these two are called non-sister cells. So albuminous cells are also called Strasburger cells, because they are discovered by Strasburger. So albuminous cells are also called Strasburger cells. Next, another component is phloem parenchyma. The parenchyma which is present in phloem, is known as phloem parenchyma. And phloem parenchyma, mostly it is absent in monocots. This is very important point. Phloem parenchyma is absent in monocots. And parenchyma usually it is made up of loosely arranged cells, living cells, and cell wall is made up of cellulose. It helps in lateral conduction or slow conduction, and it also helps in storage of food material. So these are the common. And it is also two types: ray parenchyma and septal. Ray parenchyma and septal parenchyma. So ray parenchyma it is horizontally arranged, and septal parenchyma it is arranged longitudinally. Next one is phloem fiber. Similar fiber present in phloem. Fiber present in phloem is known as phloem fiber. So phloem fiber is also elongated, narrow, dead cells, and these cells have tapering end walls, and the cell wall is made up of lignin. So they have lignified cell walls. And this phloem fiber usually absent in primary phloem. In primary phloem, phloem fibers are absent. It is present only in phloem fiber present in only secondary phloem. And this when phloem fibers present in secondary phloem, they gives mechanical strength. And the cell wall is made up of lignin. They are elongated narrow cells with tapering end walls. And the phloem fiber of jute, flax, and hemp, these are commercially used. The phloem fiber of jute, flax, and hemp, they are commercially used. And what is the main function of phloem fiber? That gives mechanical support to various components of phloem. And this is the only dead component. This is the only dead component of phloem. So in case of angiosperms, how many phloem components present? Sieve tube members present, companion cells present, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fiber. These 4 components present in angiosperms. In case of gymnosperms and pteridophytes, sieve cells present, albuminous cells present, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber common. So sieve tube members and companion cells present only in angiosperms, they are absent in gymnosperms. So albuminous cells present only in gymnosperm. Phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber both are common in both angiosperms and gymnosperms and pteridophytes. So these are the different components of phloem.